IVM.
Hi, I'm Utsav, a behavior researcher by training and a slow traveler by passion. Postcards from Nowhere is a travel podcast where I condense a decade of travel experiences and explore not just the where, but also the why and how to travel. My stories emerge from slow traveling the less explored parts of the world: Bosnia and Herzegovina, Armenia, Uzbekistan, and even China. At the end of each story, I give practical tips and new ideas about how to travel better. This week, we follow the story of how two endangered species, the Asiatic lion and the Indian wild ass, help us uncover the ancient connections between two very unlikely states, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. When the shores are benign and motionless, but we are not made for them. A true seafarer is one who can confront the ocean like a hooded snake, and you must confront it because only footprints on the shore and only castles made of sand. But when the thunderstorms pounce and the paddles start to pant, even then, one who stays the course with courage and will. Oh, find me such a zealous seafarer. Oh, find me such a zealous seafarer. In July 2023, Studio Bharat dropped a song, Khalasi. It took only a few days for it to rake up over 20 million listens on YouTube, making it an instant hit. The choice of the song was unusual. It was the first Gujarati song on Studio Bharat, and unlike most of the country's exposure to Gujarati music, it was not a Garba song. The lyrics I just narrated belong to that very song, Khalasi. If you haven't heard it, I recommend you do so with subtitles on. You will find the link in the episode notes. Khalasi tells the tale of the limitless sailor who has set out to explore through the shores of Gujarat. The song speaks of his tenuous, adventurous voyage, his delightful experiences, and the enthusiasm with which he takes on life while he's sailing away. It comes from the musical tradition of a little-known community of the Charan people who live in the northern and western parts of Gujarat, mostly in the Kutch, Junagadh and Jamnagar districts. The Charan were famous as darbaris for their two traditional callings. They composed songs and were truth tellers in the Rajput and Kathiawadi royal courts. The Charan are also known as Gadvi, meaning Gad or fort. It is said that the Charan were the guards of kings at the forts, as they were reputed to be trusted and faithful. One of their main habitats remains the Gir National Park, the last home of the Asiatic lion. The lion was once found in Persia, Mesopotamia and Balochistan. Closer home, it was found from Sindh in the west to Bengal in the east, and from Rampur and Rohilkhand in the north to Narmada in the south. So it's a little surprising that almost 2000 kilometers away, in ancient Tamil texts that comprise Sangam literature, one finds an intimate account of a lion's anatomy. Take this specific verse from the text, Paditra Patta. Tremble with fear, unable to sleep, like animal herds that shiver when they see a lion with a mane and long sharp claws, roaming on the mountain slopes. Lions were never known to reside in Tamil Nadu, and this account is definitely not of an animal in captivity. In other texts, mostly Agananura and Natrinai, there is a specific reference to an elephant-lion fight. Potini Hills of Chieftain Aivel had an elephant that chased a lion. Or this one, Man of the Hill country where a lion of fearless heart roams, causing distress to the bees after killing an elephant. In the first verse, Potini in Tamil Nadu refers to the Palani Hills, which bear no resemblance to the habitat of lions and elephants together. So what exactly is happening here? Is it possible that the people from ancient Tamil country once inhabited areas as far as Gujarat? Let's look at another species which is endemic to Gujarat, specifically in the Rann of Kutch region, the Indian wild ass. Earlier it was spread across the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent, covering southern Pakistan, Afghanistan and southeastern Iran. Again, the Indian wild ass never existed in southern parts of India, but has been mentioned many times in Sangam literature. In Silapatigaram, Kovalan rides on a wild ass just after the Indira Veda festival. The poets have used the term Atiri to refer to the animal. However, whenever Indian wild ass is mentioned, it is in the context of Neidal Tinai or coastal geographies. The scene is generally set in the backwaters, and it is interesting that the poets describe the animal with thick bulky legs that would sustain in terrains such as marshlands without much difficulty. Take this passage from Natrine. His garland covered with sand and blown by the winds, he came riding his thick-legged mule as it crushed red shrimp with its hooves, running on the muddy brackish water. In Agananuru, there is a description of the hero of the poem who is riding the mule and is bitten by a shark pup in brackish waters. Sample this. Lord, she with delicate nature and great shyness cries. Without stopping, her beautiful moist eyes shed tears, and her esteemed beauty is ruined. Instead of leaving with your servants with strong bows, and your mule with sore legs was attacked by a shark in the backwaters and is slow to walk. The coast of Gujarat is a known breeding ground for a rare breed of whale shark. The wild ass and the shark can be found together only in this geography in India. The run of Kutch in Gujarat is likely to have been the setting of these encounters in the backwaters. The presence of region-specific animals in Gujarat found significant mentions in Tamil Sangam literature. This gives rise to a plausible hypothesis. Did the Dravidians actually inhabit Gujarat for a significant amount of time? It's not easy to prove this since we are only relying on written records of Tamil poetry to arrive at it. Irrespective, it challenges fundamental beliefs of how we think about our country. Tamil Nadu and Gujarat are as different as two Indian states can be, and yet there might be a significant period of time when the Dravidians inhabited Gujarat. Did they abandon Gujarat and move to Tamil Nadu owing to the decay of the Indus Valley civilization? Or did they migrate from ancient Tamil country and settle in Gujarat? I am not sure, and maybe I will never be. But as I was researching this episode, questioning my fundamental assumptions about India, I was listening to the Gujarati song Khalasi on loop. And one part of the lyrics stayed with me, and I will leave you with that. Potana je daryama, potani જ ડૂબકી થી, જાતનું અમૂલું મોતી લો. In the depth of your mind, take a dive and find the priceless pearl of your soul.
If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Utsav Memory on Twitter and YVTravel42 on Instagram.